The pressure is building. 3 events are done, and 3 men have separated themselves from the field in Columbus. One is watching his grip on the overall lead slowly slip away. One is using consistency to climb up the standings, and one delivered a dominant performance to move into striking distance of first place. Who will ascend to the top of the high altar of strength? This is the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. Just 2 events remain here in Columbus, Ohio at the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. The timber carry is up next. There is the implement that awaits the strongmen, the timber frame. The athletes are getting set for the 4th event. Here's a look back at their first 3 challenges. After 3 of the 5 events, it is tight at the top of the leaderboard. Rob Kearney sits in first thanks to his 2 second-place finishes on day 1.
And Kearney has it!
Oh, yes!
He hits this, he guarantees himself another finish inside the top 2.
That is a perfect day for Rob Kearney.
Real methodical performance here from him.
Really impressive.
But the Dragon, Martins Licis, has been lurking right behind him. After 2 third-place finishes, he closed the gap with a 440-pound lift in Event 3, the Austrian Oak.
Great lift there from the 2019 World's Strongest Man, Martins Licis.
An impressive performance on the dumbbells has Alexi Novakov sitting in 3rd place overall.
And that will count 7 good reps for Alexi Novakov at 275.
We are also down to 9 athletes in the field. After a commanding win in Event 1, J.F. Caron has withdrawn from the competition due to injury. Rob Kearney is currently clinging to a half-point lead over Martins Licis in the overall standings. Licis moving up from 3rd after that last event, leapfrogging Alexi Novakov, who is now in that 3rd place spot. He's only 2 points back of Kearney. Luke Stoltman catapults up to 4th place after his event win, and Bobby Thompson is a half-point back in 5th. Thank you so much for being with us today, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet.
And that is what awaits these athletes, that 880-pound frame that they have to lug up that ramp. And with just 2 events remaining, it's crunch time now for these athletes.
Absolutely. I mean, Rob Kearney's still in the lead. No one expected that after 3 events, but this is the one event that we could see him drop back on.
Event 4 is the timber carry. You have to move it from that location up to the top of the ramp, and it's all about grip here.
Grip strength obviously extremely important. There's no straps this year on this event, so grip is vital. Understanding how to hold the implement. What you don't want to see is that the implement tip forwards, but you need a strong back, you need strong legs, and then it's just about fast feet. Go as far as you can before that grip gives out. Strongman really is brutal. In the Arnolds, it really is the contest to find out who is the strongest man on the planet.
The athletes will be going in a reverse order of the overall standings. So Rob Kearney will go last. So now Evgeny Markov will be the first man into that 880-pound frame, making his first appearance here at the Arnold Strongman Classic.
So Markov will show us how challenging this event is. 880 pounds. Just lifting this type of weight is tremendous. He's off to a great start here. He's looking confident. Already the grip goes, and this is the big challenge for a lot of these guys. Lifting the weight is one thing, it's then holding on to it, and this is where the grip becomes so important.
They have 30 seconds in order to make the ascent, and Markov looks like he's just stuck right now after getting off to a pretty decent start.
He was moving well. His first initial lift was strong, but once that grip goes, it's a very frustrating feeling, and you can see there he's had enough.
Markov is done with his attempt, got about a quarter of the way up the track there. Markov a big gimpy coming off that event. And that will bring on Tom Stoltman.
The big thing for Tom here is going to be the grip. If his grip can hold out and he can do this in one go, that could be big, big points. And a big performance here will set him up nicely for the last event, the stone to shoulder. Easy lift, but you see how it's tilted down. That's not ideal. He's got the height, though. Being 6'9", being an advantage there. If someone like Rob Kearney did that, and it would go straight in to the platform.
Stoltman made really good progress on that first effort. Now he's just inching that thing towards the top. He has 30 seconds.
He really needs to be a little bit more forward so that the implement tilts up. It's so much easier to drag the back of the implement than the front end digging in to the ground.
And Stoltman's going to call it.
Look at this, really powerful on the way up, but it straight away tilts forwards. And even though it didn't hit the floor, that's still going to pull at your hand. It starts pulling at the thumb, the index finger, and as soon as that starts ripping those fingers open, the grip is going to give out. We know from watching deadlift competitions, 880 pounds is a big deadlift. You don't want to be doing reps with it.
Is Maxime Boudreau getting set?
Maxime can do this. He moves well with weight. His grip is solid.
26 feet 2 inches, the current mark to beat from Tom Stoltman, who is the last man to go. Here goes Maxime Boudreau.
400 kilos, 880 pounds. He's moving fast. He's got
great run here so far for Boudreau, and he will make it to the top.
Oh, what a time there by
Just
Maxime.
Under, I believe, 8 seconds, so 8.5. That's an unofficial time. But he flew up that ramp.
That was impressive.
We'll wait for his official score.
And look how quick he's moving. He just moved so fast. As soon as it was up, he just kept those feet moving nicely. The grip stayed strong. And obviously, the quicker you can get this done, the less time you have to hold on. It sounds simple in theory, but doing it in reality is the issue. 880 pounds is a monstrous weight.
So 8.41 seconds for Maxime Boudreau.
I'll tell you what, that could be a winning time right there. Exceptional performance by the Canadian.
A world record nearly falls. Can anyone top Maxime Boudreau's incredible effort? The timber carry continues when we return to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic.
The 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue. Don't weaken.
Welcome back to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet. Event 4 of 5 is underway. Canada's Maxime Boudreau set a blistering time to beat by carrying the timber 35 feet in just under 9 seconds. And now the pressure is officially on the rest of these competitors because that is an incredible time for Maxime. Trey Mitchell, sitting in 6th overall, is getting set. Trey Mitchell, who is making his first appearance here at the Arnold Strongman Classic, who also won the 2021 Shaw Classic. Trey Mitchell looking to become the second man to get that 881-pound frame all the way to the top of this 35-foot ramp.
And in the past, if Trey's had a weakness, it's really come down to his grip. He's not performed exceptionally well in grip events in the past. How's his training gone leading up to this? He'll have the strength to lift it, no problem at all.
Budges it on his first attempt.
That's the issue. He's got the back strength. He's got the leg strength. It's the hands that are giving out.
And Trey is unable to budge this thing. And he is nearly now more than halfway through his 30-second window. You can just see how hard he's working.
And it's the big difference that the straps would make. If they were allowed straps on this event, Trey would lift no problem.
Trey Mitchell's weakness gets the best of him. He's a strong competitor, but the grip strength needed was just too much for him. This was not the result he was looking for.
Bobby Thompson, the American Nightmare, will be up next. He had 480 pounds on that Austrian oak going for the event win, unable to lift it, had to settle for a third-place finish in that event.
The world record on a 400-kilo deadlift, 880-pound deadlift, is 6 repetitions. That's just lifting, and I'm talking world record. You have to lift this and then step individual feet every time. They've got to shuffle from the hips. brace through the core. They've got the big belts on to keep nice and tight through the midsection. And Bobby, easy lift, but again, Bobby's issue comes down to grip strength.
He's able to move it both times he's picked it up.
He's going for a hook grip there. That's going to be exceptionally painful. I love Bobby's determination, though. Just trying to inch this monstrous weight up this ramp. Every little bit counts. He knows there's some big, strong guys to come. He's trying to get as many points as he can. I think he's ripped his callus there. There's blood from the hand.
That will do it for Thompson.
He gets almost to the end, but just falls short. He's a big, strong guy. The American record holder for the log press definitely has the strength to complete the run.
You'll often see the guys' calluses rip on this type of event. Very, very brutal. They'll be looking at their hands afterwards. They'll be extremely painful.
And this will be a disappointing result for him. Coming up after the break, Luke Stoltman looks to rack up his second straight event win, while Alexi Novakov tries to keep his hopes of winding up on top of the podium alive. Event 4, the timber carry, continues when we return to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic.
Action continues here in the 4th of 5 events of the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. Thanks for being with us here in Columbus, Ohio, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet. 5 competitors have carried the timber and 4 remain. Canada's Maxime Boudreault has the score to beat, carrying the 881-pound frame the full 35 feet up the ramp in an outstanding 8.41 seconds. As Luke Stoltman will be the next man out.
So Luke, after the disappointing squat, he's coming back into this competition really well.
4th place overall coming in, but very much alive for a spot on the podium here at the Arnold Strongman Classic. And here goes Luke Stoltman.
And don't like that tilt forwards. I'd rather see them move slightly forwards.
Looked like he moved his grip forward in order to counter that a little bit. Now he's got to pick that thing up again.
Better now. It's flatter, but the grip cannot hold out. And this is so frustrating. He knows he's got the strength to lift it, but every time he does, that grip is slipping. He's got to fight now.
Final seconds. And that will do it for Luke Stoltman. And Luke Stoltman looking like he's arguing with his hands right now. Take one more look at Luke Stoltman's run.
You can see how much that tilted forward. I mentioned it a few times now. It's a technical error. If he did it like that from the start, maybe he could have got a little further.
The front left part of that frame actually made contact with the rails there as he was lifting on that first attempt. That may have forced him to stumble a little bit. And tough sledding after that for Luke Stoltman, just trying to get as much distance as he possibly could in that 30-second time window. Alexi Novakov, 3rd place overall coming into this event, just 2 points out of 1st.
I've witnessed this man sprinting with these type of weights before. He's very, very good, very dynamic athlete. He's fast. I know I keep repeating it, but it's all going to come down to how his grip holds out. If he can hold out, he has a chance of beating Boudreaux's time. See how the pickup is.
Alexi Novakov.
Tilting again. Steady. He's not moving as fast as he normally does.
Novikov is getting close.
Nearly at the top there. If he can get this up one more time, I think he can do it. The other issue, Sean, is what's this tactic? He's going to try and do it backwards.
Now he's just going to try to pull it and see if he can get as much distance as he possibly can. He cracked the top of his shoulders against that frame. But that's a really solid effort from Novikov.
He's got to be close to 2nd place there.
He may have actually passed Stoltman. It's 35 total feet. He's just about at the top there. He got off to a great start on this one.
Yeah, he got it up. He's normally quicker than this, and the way he was limping away then, maybe he's just feeling that the whole competition, he's battered, he's bruised, he's a warrior, fighting hard till the end. He's going to get solid points.
We'll wait for the measurement, but I think that was good enough to get him 2nd place. And Novikov's score at 30 feet 10 inches will be good enough for second place right now. Puts a little bit of pressure on that man, Martins Licis.
Only 2 men remain. When we come back, Rob Kearney tries to hold on to the top spot on the overall leaderboard while trying to hold off the Dragon, Martins Licis. The conclusion of Event 4, the Timber Carry, when the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic continues. Welcome back to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic presented by Rogue. We are here at the Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio, and it is now down to the final 2 competitors in this 4th event, the Timber Carry. Maxime Boudreault still holds the current score to beat at 8.41 seconds. Rob Kearney and Martins Licis will try to carry that 881-pound frame the full 35 feet up the ramp in hopes of staying atop the overall leaderboard. Martins Licis, as he often does, has made his steady climb up the standings over the past 3 events. Let's get a closer look at the man they call the Dragon.
Martins Licis!
Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be up here with the world's strongest of the strong and be one of them, and then also beat them as well.
He could be a bit of an X factor here. That is 2 for Martins Licis. And Martins Licis will be your new leader.
I think instead of being called the Dragon, it should be called the Nightmare, because this guy will not go away.
Right now, Martins Licis at 70. Got it.
Good position. Good lockout. Excellent flip.
This is big for Licis. He needs this.
The Licis is good at 9:06. And Licis has done it. He'll get another second place finish, and he will be your overall leader. He is your Rogue Invitational Champion.
What an athlete, and what a return to Strongman.
Martins Licis getting ready for his run.
And Martins is an athlete that does have an exceptional grip. He enjoys grip events. Very strong hands, strong back, strong everything. That's why he's such a great champion. Martins Licis.
Here he goes.
Up. He's moving well. He needs to hold on. He looks fast.
Licis close to the top. And Martins Licis gets to the top of the ramp, and hey, he may be on top of the overall leaderboard courtesy of that effort.
That just shows the professionalism of this man. Every single event he is placing in those top positions.
And the way that was tilting forward, I thought maybe he might let it go, but he managed to hang on and get to the top.
Control it, his grip strength there, holding out. He looks very solid. Looked like he could have gone a little further if needed. Not as fast as Boudreault, but he had the grip strength, he had the back strength, the leg strength to finish again in the top few positions.
10.3 seconds now officially for Martins Licis, with Rob Kearney the only man left to go.
Rob Kearney has had an amazing show. Day 1, he didn't put a foot wrong. He's coming back from injury. This is his 1 week event in this show. He knows what he needs to beat. He's just going to be looking at the distances, thinking, I need to pick up points. Come on, Rob. Let's get this up as far as you can. It's gone a few steps.
I'm taking a look at his hand now. It's
the worst thing as well, once you get past that initial start, you're on the ramp, so the lift becomes harder.
And despite the struggles, Rob Kearney,
I think he's managed to beat Trey Mitchell.
Definitely got ahead of Mitchell, who barely budged it. So Kearney's going to finish second to last in this event. I was just about to say, he always just seems to have a smile on his face, always in a good mood.
It's a great hairstyle as well.
A fantastic mohawk, and he tore right off the bat. You can see where that callus ripped.
He's the ultimate underdog. Always loves to prove people wrong.
We're still waiting on the official measurement for Kearney, but that most likely will put him in between Markov and Mitchell.
Here are the final results for Event 4. The win goes to Maxime Boudreault, 8.41 seconds. Martins Licis, another top 4 finish at 10.03 seconds. Alexi Novakov finishes 3rd with his attempt. Rob Kearney is down in 8th place, and he will lose the overall lead in his weakest finish of the weekend. Kiki Dixon is with your event winner, Maxime Boudreault.
Congratulations on your event win. You know, for most of us spectators, the closest thing that we can come to this is when we try to get all of the groceries through the front door in one swoop.
Yeah.
What's it like to carry this thing?
Well, it's pretty much the same thing, but the grocery for the month, I guess. But it was real different being able to go up the ramp. It's pretty different. I never expected that. My knees were soft, but I'm really happy I finished 1st place for sure.
Yeah, this is your first appearance here at the Arnold Strongman Classic. What does it mean to you to take an event here?
It's amazing. It's one of the heaviest shows of the year, and to be able to do this around a crowd, it's amazing.
Congratulations.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Kiki. The standings after 4 events, Martins Licis is on top with a 2.5-point lead over Alexi Novakov. Rob Kearney goes from 1st to 3rd after his worst result of the competition. Maxime Boudreault and Luke Stoltman are now tied for 4th, just a 1.5 points behind Kearney. 1 event remains, and spots on the podium are still up for grabs. Martins Licis has yet to win a battle, but he is winning the war. Another top 5 finish has him in 1st place overall. Ukraine's Alexi Novakov is not far behind. But does he have enough time to slay the dragon? 1 event remains, and it is a primal test of power. The top of the high altar of strength is within reach at the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.